Bucket naked.
Please hit the gym. Please hit the gym, and the pH needs to be balanced as well.
I've been drinking. Can't keep your eyes up right now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to J. Larone Presents. This is your boy JLP. Listen, looks like there has been a breaking development in the attack on New Orleans, on the crowd on New Year's Eve. Looks like they found out the name of the guy who they say he's a 42-year-old resident of Texas by the name of, I think it's Shamsud Din Jabbar, something like that. That's the closest I can get to pronouncing his name correctly. But they're going to say his name again on the video I'm about to show you. Like I said, he is 42 years old. He's a resident of Texas. And the white pickup truck that he was driving was a rental, to where, I guess he rented it online. He didn't get it from no Enterprise or Avis or anything like that. It was from an online app. I think maybe Turo or something like that. There's a bunch of them, but the most popular one, I believe, is Turo. So however he rented the vehicle, that's where it's not his, you know what I mean? So they figured that out. Also, they think that he maybe have ties to ISIS because there was an ISIS flag attached to the vehicle. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video, you guys, real quick. And if you haven't, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, share. It helps the channel grow. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. And also, if you haven't heard, they've also postponed the Sugar Bowl till tomorrow because of this incident. Yeah, we're going to get into that as well. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox. We actually do have an update for you. That suspect involved in the New Orleans attack has been identified as 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar. Let me pull up an image of the screen here as I do read this to you. This is the latest just in here from the FBI right now. Today at this morning, 3:15 in the morning Central Time, a man drove a pickup truck into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, killing at least 10 people and injuring dozens of others. This is a statement from the FBI. I'm reading all of it to you as we do learn this new information. After hitting the crowd, he exited the vehicle and fired upon local law enforcement. Law enforcement returned fire and the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. 2 law enforcement officers were injured and transported to a local hospital. The subject has been identified as 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar. He is a U.S. citizen from Texas. He was driving a Ford pickup truck, which appears to have been rented, and we are working to confirm how the subject came into possession of the vehicle. An ISIS flag was located in the vehicle, and the FBI is working to determine the subject's potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organizations. Weapons and a potential IED were located in the subject's vehicle. Other potential IEDs were also located in the French Quarter. Again, that's the area where all of this has happened. The FBI's special agent bomb technicians are working with our law enforcement partners to determine if any of these devices are viable, and they will work to render those devices safe. The FBI is the lead investigative agency, and we are working with partners to investigate this as an act of terrorism. We are aggressively running down all leads to identify any possible associates of the subject. All right, again, we were just listening in there to those brief statements from law enforcement as we are learning this breaking news that we're bringing to you here on Live Now from Fox. This is a part of this FBI statement that I am now going to read to you in full again, as we do now know the name of the man who drove that truck. He is the suspect of all of this. So again, today at approximately 3:15 a.m. Central Time, an individual drove a pickup truck into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, killing at least 10 and injuring dozens of others. After hitting the crowd, he exited the vehicle and fired upon local law enforcement. Law enforcement returned fire, and the subject was pronounced deceased at the scene. 2 law enforcement officers were injured and transported to a local hospital. What we are learning right now, this breaking news on Live Now from Fox, is that subject, as they're calling him, has been identified as 42-year-old Shasmoud Din Jabbar. He's a U.S. citizen from Texas. He was driving a Ford pickup truck, which appears to have been rented, and now the FBI is working to confirm how he came into possession of that vehicle. Another thing we are learning right now, as of now, is this ISIS flag that was located in the vehicle. The FBI is working to determine the potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organizations that he may have had. Some other new information for you as I continue to read this statement. Weapons and a potential IED were located in the subject's vehicle. Other potential IEDs were also found in the French Quarter. The FBI special agent bomb technicians are working with our local law enforcement partners to determine if any of these devices are viable, and they will work to render those devices safe. The FBI, as the lead investigative agency, we are working with our partners to investigate this as an act of terrorism. We are aggressively running down all leads to identify any possible associates of the subject.
Okay, yeah, looks like man, it's a lot going on here. So yeah, they're going to try to figure out if he's had any more ties with, any other organizations or, things of that nature, right? So yeah, and also they're going to be postponing the Sugar Bowl as well. So let's go ahead and get into that also.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. Obviously, we wish we weren't here for this reason today. The Sugar Bowl Committee has a 90-year history of being a good corporate citizen for the city of New Orleans, and that's why this tragedy hurts us as much as anybody right now. So our condolences, thoughts, and prayers go out to the victims and their families as we all work through this. Of course, anytime we have a major event in the city of New Orleans, public safety is paramount, and we have full faith and confidence in the governor and the mayor and all the assets, the federal, state, and local resources that they've applied to this event so that we can ultimately bring those responsible to justice and carry on with the major events that we have in front of us. Speaking of which, we were scheduled this evening to have a CFP quarterfinal played in the Superdome at 7:45. We have been in consultation with ESPN, with the College Football Playoff, with the Southeastern Conference, with the University of Georgia, with Notre Dame. All parties and all agree that it's in the best interest of everybody and public safety that we postpone the game for 24 hours. Work is fast about to set up a safe and efficient and fun environment for tomorrow night. There'll be more details on that in the coming hours, but for now, that's the plan, that we're going to move forward and play the game. And again, we reiterate our thanks to everyone up here for the important work they're doing. We live in the fun and games world with what we do, but we certainly recognize the importance of this, and we're going to support it 100%. So thank you.
I'd like to bring up Senator Kennedy.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. So that's that. The Sugar Bowl has been postponed or delayed till tomorrow. Unfortunately, like I said, it's a tragedy that these things would happen on New Year's Eve, you know, right around the time that the Sugar Bowl and all this stuff is going on. So just glad that, you know, none of the players got injured, you know what I'm saying? You know, pray for their safety and all that good stuff. Hopefully they can get to the Superdome to play tomorrow without any incidents, you know what I mean? Like I said, they're going to be investigated. The investigation is still going on. They're going to try to see if this guy Shamsud is involved in some other things, and if he definitely had to have had some help, because I guess his background doesn't show or point to how he could be responsible for these IEDs. I've heard that you could learn how to build these things online, but still, that's a dangerous thing, right? You have to be really qualified and know what you're doing, even if you try to build one off of, you know, some designs or information that you got online. You have to be very careful. IEDs ain't no joke. So yeah, so obviously they're saying that he might have had some help in that, so they're still trying to figure that out. All right, but you guys go ahead and drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think. It's your boy Jay Larone. Jay Larone Presents. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. You guys, please be good to yourselves. By all means, let's be good to one another. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.
Bucket naked.
Please hit the gym. Please hit the gym, and the pH